Okay, I'm at the final stop of our Battle of Atlanta walking tour of history and remembrance. There's a couple of markers here, and this is a very significant site. Again, this is the 10th stop on the Urban Explorers tour. It's the first stop on the Emory tour that was designed by Dr. Daniel Pollock. But here stood the Augustus Hurt plantation. You may recall that when we were at the Troop Hurt House, we talked about the brother of Augustus was the one that built the Troop Hurt House. So this is the other brother. The outer Confederate defense line of Atlanta, located on the east slope of this hill on July 18th, was evacuated the night of the 21st of 1864. We talked about that. The Confederates sensed that the Union guys were coming in from the east. They retreated back to what they call the inner fortification, which is the line near Grant Park, the eastern side of the fortification. Then on July 22nd, which is the day of the Battle of Atlanta, the Federal 23rd, under Schofield, General Schofield, marching from the northeast via Williams Mill Road, entrenched a line west and south of Augustus Hurt's house, where it supported the right wing of the Army of the Tennessee in the Battle of Atlanta. That was McPherson's Army of the Tennessee. On July 26th, with the shift of that army to the west side of Atlanta, this was after the Battle of Atlanta, the 23rd Corps became the extreme right southwest of the city. The 4th Corps, its left resting at the Augustus Hurt House, became the left side of the Union line until August 25th. So that was the fighting that took place after the war. So this, from what I understand, when they built the Carter Center, the hill where this plantation and the Augustus Hurt House sat was pretty much demolished. So they raised the hill. It's not nearly as high as it was. But let me read this and then I'll tell you something interesting about Sherman. So Augustus Hurt House, 200 yards northeast of here, stood the plantation residence of Augustus F. Hurt, who lived from 1830 to 1921. Built in 1858 and razed by the federal forces in 1864. They razed the house after the Battle of Atlanta. It was erroneously cited in the official records as the Howard House. On July 22nd of 1864, the 4th and 23rd Corps, in a line with federal advances on Atlanta, occupied this hill. Having marched via the old Williams Mill Road, Sherman, together with Howard and Schofield, two of his Corps generals, maintained command posts here during the afternoon, while McPherson's Army of the Tennessee fought defensively at south of the Georgia Railroad, where two of Hood's corps attacked it. That's what we talked about before over at the Digress Battery. Here, McPherson's body was brought from the battlefield en route to burial at Clyde, Ohio. So you remember at stop E, we talked about McPherson getting killed. That was the McPherson Monument. His body was brought here to be presented to Sherman, as it says, en route to Clyde, Ohio. McPherson was from Ohio. So there you have it. The interesting thing about this, my understanding is that, remember 1864, so 130 plus years ago, these trees right in front of us were not here, obviously. These trees were planted when they built the Carter Center. Sherman, from here, was able to see the battle unfold at Digress Battery, which is about 3/4 of a mile from here. We just walked up there. That was the next to the last stop. That was stop J, where the Troop Hurt House was in the Digress Battery. They say he was literally able to watch that, and that he actually walked down this hill, which should have been straight ahead of here, and got so close to the front line that they started shooting at him and Schofield, and who was the other guy? Forgot the other general that he was with, and that they had to retreat back up here to the Augustus Hurt House. So pretty interesting vantage point. This is a very, very high point. One of these days I'll go back around the other side of the library. You can actually see the skyline of Atlanta. We're at a very, very high point here. And this area of town used to be called Coppin Hill before it became Ponce Highlands and so forth and so on. There's a whole other history there. But anyway, there you have it. That's the last stop on our Battle of Atlanta walking tour of history and remembrance. Will be coming out on July 16th and again on July 22nd. Hope you can make it.